다시 한 번 더 큰 박수 부탁드립니다.
Hey, hello everybody. Sorry I can't do this in Korean. I'm Talbing. I'm CEO of Magnetchain. I'm here to tell you a bit today about our blockchain. We've got, I believe, English coming up here and Korean over here, so we'll have some fun with that. First off, big thanks to BitGoSu for inviting me here today. They got a great community. It's, I don't know, -3 outside on a Saturday, and the place is packed. So it really does speak to the community. Obviously, the crypto markets right now are a little bit tough, and still, a great turnout here. So it just shows, how strong the blockchain and crypto community is here in Korea. So, there's not many places you get a turnout like this. So it really speaks well of BitGoSu. Oops, sorry. Okay, there we go. So, Magnetchain is a new public blockchain focused on the gaming sector. But what we're really focusing on is adoption. I think a lot of you guys have seen a lot of projects. The investors in Korea are very sophisticated. You guys have seen thousands and thousands of projects. The difference is a lot of these projects don't have real-world use cases. And I think there's very few countries in the world that know how big gaming can be, other than Korea. So, unlike a lot of other projects, we actually have a real-world use case for our blockchain. What we're doing is bringing game developers over to the blockchain, or blockchain technology, and blockchain technology over to gaming. So, we've put over 2.5 years of development onto our blockchain. To be clear, we're not built on another technology, like Ethereum, Rios. This is a brand new public blockchain built from scratch. Our blockchain's been built by game developers, for game developers. We're not a white paper, we're technology coming out 2 years. Our technology is finished. It's been built for 2.5 years. The source code is on GitHub live. If you go to our website, magnetchain.co, you'll be able to see everything in Korean. Go onto the GitHub and see developer onboarding sites. Our technology is very, very, very heavy. We launched our testnet back in June. The source code, like I said, went out, I believe, 2 weeks ago, and our full mainnet beta will be coming out in the coming weeks. But I know how big gaming is in Korea. I've been working in gaming forever, but I'm not sure how many of you out there really are familiar with gaming on a global basis. And there's some pretty big, interesting numbers that have just come out. Gaming is over 138 billion here, but really the growth in everything is mobile. And mobile gaming is over 50% of, you can see, of the 138 billion revenue. The problem with mobile gaming in Korea and everywhere else in the world is that game developers have to spend a crazy amount of money that they make just to market their game and to keep a small amount of their users. Of those users, even less, probably 2 or 3%, actually spend money on games. So it's very tough for mobile game developers to even survive. This has always been a challenge for mobile game developers and publishers. But what's really interesting is if you think about the amount of people globally who are playing games, and you look at the total amount of crypto wallets out there. So, for example, it's generally thought there's about 40 to 60 million crypto wallets out there in the world. But many people, I'm sure a lot of you in this room, have more than one wallet, yes? So there's probably only about 25 to 30 million people who own wallets. There's a very good rule in business, which is try not to convert a whole lot of people. Try to run a business on converting 1%. So if you think about a third of the world's population plays games, maybe once a month, maybe 10 times a day, or anything. But at 2.5 billion people, if we converted 1% of those gamers, 1%, we get double the amount of crypto wallets. And this is something that's very, very unique to gaming, is that gaming has the opportunity to really do mass adoption by getting more wallets out there. And that's very important when you're talking about adopting blockchain technology. Digital assets, in-game assets, these have a real world value when you're talking about blockchain and crypto. We feel that NFTs, non-fungible tokens, i.e. CryptoKitty tokens, things that have scarcity, value, these can promote scarcity, value, and real liquidity when you're talking about a blockchain devoted to gaming. Really, with gaming on the blockchain, or our blockchain in particular, it's the first time in history where players can actually truly own their assets. I mean, no publisher or developer can tell them, you can buy it like this, you can trade it like that. No, you can do what you want with it. And that's never happened before in gaming. So, sorry. When we're talking about, where does it go? Okay. Waiting for the video. This is a short video just to tell you a little bit more about
blockchain and related integration toolset used for distributed application development, making the DApp development based on blockchain technology more innovative and efficient. Magnetchain boasts 5 major advantages. High concurrent processing speed. Transactions per second can theoretically extend to 1 million thanks to the sidechain technology. High stability. It adopts layered architecture and independent modules to ensure stable system operation. High security. It uses proprietary VHPOS consensus protocol to maintain the system security. High accessibility. It adopts Lua virtual machines and various smart contract templates, making it easy and efficient for developers to build blockchain apps and games, in cooperation with the world's major game engines and developers to better create game ecosystem. The open source and DApps on Magnetchain will be available by the 4th quarter of 2018, and the figure will increase to more than 1,000 by 2019, and sharing the rich benefits and exciting world of the blockchain.
Okay, so also in 2019, we're going to introduce our Magnet token. This is really something that will help the game developers act as miners, and they'll be able to use our Magnet token as the gas they need to build and fund their transactions using on our Magnetchain blockchain. We're looking at several other use cases, including in-game currency, special benefits to the players and developers who use the Magnet token, that we'll be announcing in the coming weeks and months. But really, this token will form a real mass adoption utility for the Magnetchain blockchain itself. Now, of course, blockchain gaming is still at a very early stage. We're looking to position Magnetchain as an early leader in the space. We have a very unique approach to sidechain technology, and also innovative implementation of our proof-of-stake consensus. This will be very attractive to game developers as they mine our tokens and work within the blockchain. There's a lot more detail that I won't get into today. You can find it on our technical white paper and our business white paper on our website, which is all included as well. And up to this point, we've done there's been an enormous amount of work behind this blockchain over 2.5 years. A lot of the founders on this team are the developers. They put an incredible amount of effort, which has given us a big head start, where as we launch our mainnet soon, it's not something that's going to come out in 2 years. It's going to come out very quickly. So, unlike other blockchain projects, we're ready to roll out, and we've got a number of partnerships already set up, and also more in the pipeline, which I can tell you about today. So speaking of partnerships, one of our first backers and main supporters has been the Nine of China. You may not have heard of the Nine, but you've probably heard of World of Warcraft. They were the original licensee and operator in the early to mid 2000s in China. And back then, MMOs were not what they are today. They had to really be one of the first companies to do this. So they've got an incredible amount of experience to scale. And when we talk about scaling, everybody throws that word out, but you really have to know how to run billions of transactions. And these guys have a lot of experience doing it. They've been in China almost 20 years, so we have a very strong foothold in that market. So, but as I mentioned before, Korea is very unique. One, with the sophisticated investors like many of you in this room, who really understand crypto and blockchain technology, but also the history of gaming, with not just StarCraft, but loads of other games. So, it really is kind of the perfect market to launch a public blockchain dedicated to gaming. It's our #1 focus market. So, one of the partnerships we've set up is with the Korea Mobile Gaming Association. They have almost 700 developers here in Korea, and they want all of them on the blockchain. We're also working with the Korea Blockchain Gaming Association, which I'll speak more about in a second. I think many of you probably know the game Blue Marble, probably grew up with it or played with it when you were kids. We're happy to announce we have a deal with iPeoples, where they want to bring that game onto our blockchain. And this is in development already. We're working very close with them to make this a reality. We're really excited about this game. But we're also working with other developers. So here's a very quick video from the CEO of FunBlock. They're one of the first developers coming onto the Magnetchain blockchain. You want to play the video?
So FunBlock is an international studio based in Shanghai, and we're focused on creating a user-generated casual game platform. So I think for most other blockchain games out there, purely on the blockchain technology itself, making small game demos around them, so not focused on gameplay and fun. But for us, from day one, we're all about making the most fun, exciting gameplay, and then enhancing it with blockchain. So gameplay first, blockchain second. That's what we do. Another big difference we have is that we, unlike most other games, are focused on the small but enthusiastic, hardcore crypto enthusiast crowd. We're actually going to be focusing on the mass market. We want to bring blockchain to the mass market. We are actually going to be focusing on fixing the onboarding process, so anyone can join in, and then slowly they're going to, where we're actually creating fun games that are enhanced by blockchain. So I think the future of blockchain will be around.